We're going to review the Derwent Line and Washed paint pen set by sketching this sketched. This is from Tanglin Halt. Let's go. I have already done a swatch of these line and wash paint pen set. You can watch that video with the link up here, right here. I certainly don't remember sitting on one of these. I'm a little bit too old, but I remember putting my daughter on lots of these and they ate lots of my coins. Well, anyway, they're still around, probably antiques. I'm not sure these two still work, but I do see them quite a bit in Singapore in some of the shopping mall. So when you are drawing, I always suggest do a gestalt. In other words, do an outline and fill in the details after you have outlined it. This is exactly what I've done. If you cannot remember the video that I put on this, I'll also put a link right here. The whole idea of gestalt drawing is actually very simple. Our brain works from a ratio perspective. It's easier when we see something as a whole, and if we get the ratio in the ballpark, the details can proportionally be adjusted. Even if our outline is wrong, we will proportionally adjust the details accordingly. But of course, if we were to go in with lots of the details, little bit by little bit, lots of the error will add up to a huge error, and when you try to connect the final dot, you might find that the two ends of the bridge that you started to build at the same time does not connect. So you might end up with two bridges instead of one. That's not certainly how an urban sketch should end. But anyway, this is not an urban sketch, it is a sketch from photograph, and I am taking the liberty to do the same thing essentially by getting my gestalt point across. Anyway, I hope you will try this sketch. I will leave a link of the photograph in the description below. As I normally do, I'll put in pixel, which means that you have the rights to do whatever with your sketch you want, no problem. I certainly have a lot of fun drawing this with lots of fond memory standing by the side while I wait for my daughter to finish the ride. I think this is one of the fun things about being a parent, being a dad. You get to see the joyful faces of little kids. My daughter, I have only one, enjoying the Joyride. Here is the fire truck, as well as I think it's Scrooge, because the way he's folding his arm, probably Scrooge. Anyway, I'm about done with the drawing. Let's go with the coloring. Since this is the first time I'm drawing with this set, I will give you my view of how, or what I think of the set, how it performs from my point of view at least. I'm gonna try to do the shadow first, which is what I always advocate as well, because when you see the shadow and you put it down, the colors you put on top will sort of reflect naturally, including the shadow, because you put a shadow first, right? I will also put a link right here to the video that started it all, where I had placed shadow first. Cassie's barking in the background, apologize for that, but I think there must be some delivery or something. Anyway, I'm continuing with the shadows, and that is just what I intend to finish up. I think the darks and the shadow that they provided in this set works pretty well so far. So I would say the shadows and the darker colors seems to work. It does not go to a value of 5 that I normally would prefer to have a set with, can give me 5 out of a scale of 1 to 5, but it probably gives me about 4. It's good enough. I think for a set that is simple with a limited palette of 12, I think it's good enough. I move on to create reds. I think the reds are really bright, although I wanted a toned down red, but I'm gonna go in with a red that is bright enough and see how it goes. So I tried to mute it down with a bit of darks thrown in, but I think the red works. So I think if you use the red and mix it with some of the other brown and blues and so on, you could probably make most of the reds that you need. It is hot enough, I think. So okay, the red gets an okay tick from me. I wish there's other reds thrown in, but you know, for a limited palette, it's really very hard to have too many bright colors in it. The one that they provided, the yellow, the orange, and the red, are actually pretty good. I think it's called Sun Yellow, Mango, and Poppy Red. Yeah, those are the three colors. So as you can see, the reds are quite rich. I could push the red towards the warmer side, i.e. towards orange, red, and then you could see also that I could push the red to have a more bluish red, in other words, cooler reds. So both cool and warm reds are passable with the reds that has been provided, so I'm pretty happy with that option. We're gonna move on to the other colors. As you can see, there are blues and green, and I'm going to tell you what I think of the blue and the greens that they have provided in this set. So far on the red side, no problem. All right, we're going to look at the green. The two greens that provided are artichoke and meadow. So I've used the meadow to represent the green that I see here. And I try to lighten it up as well. Not really successful. It's a little bit darker in value than I would like. The blue seems to be much closer to the blue that I am trying to create. Happier with the blue compared to the green. I think the green's useful not so much for these sort of green where they are non-natural products, or even for cars or for any of the spray paint type of green. But the green really, I think, was designed for a set where you could use it to sketch trees and shrubs and things like that. I believe you can make, sunny green. In other words, you could mix sun yellow with meadow or artichoke. But I think for this sort of green where you want something closer to the traditionally understood hue of green, I think it's struggled quite a bit. So no, the green does not work for me. I think not a good set for green. The blues, I must say that having bright blue and ocean blue in the set helps a little bit. I could get a different, or I guess it's there's a warmer blue and then there's a cooler blue. The bright blue is the warmer blue. The ocean blue is cooler, so I think you could use that with diluted version of blues. You could get pretty decent outcome with blues if you want to create or recreate blues to what you see. So overall, in summary, I'm happy with the reds, happy with the bright colors, happy with the blue, not happy with the green. The darks are okay, not the darkest that I would like, but overall, in terms of 12 color set, small form factor, easy, you can throw it in your bag, your handbag, work bag, whatever, and you can escape for half an hour or so over lunch. I think it's not a bad set to have. So well done, Derwent. Alright, so I'm done with the sketch, putting my date and also name, and I'm going to just highlight, regain some of the paper white, and I'm using pigment white. This is the Siglo. I think it's made by Mitsubishi. So most of the artists that I know of, when they carry a white, they swear by this pen. I find that the pen clogged after a while, so you have to use it consistently and regularly in order for it to work. But I do like the fact that it doesn't just gushes out, and with too much gel, the fact that it's just giving me a little bit of a highlight and so on works very well for me. So yeah, so that's my verdict for this set. Hope you stay safe wherever you are. This is Whee Teck out. Meanwhile, please take care of yourself. COVID's still raging, so yeah, do be careful, right? Bye.